the software on these devices have treated us all the same. We want to flip the traditional model on its head. Each person gets their own personal OS. We wanted to create the playground as a place where everybody could upload and share their creativity. This is the new era that we believe in.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Nothing TV. We're back once again to talk about some new products that we're shipping. Carl, welcome to another episode.
Yeah, we got a lot to announce today.
Absolutely. So obviously, since the Phone 3a series launched, I think people got a little bit of insight into how we're thinking about AI and its role in consumer tech with Essential Space and Essential Key. But I feel like now would be a good time for you to kind of give more of a high-level vision of how we're thinking about AI and what its role is going to be in the future of Nothing OS.
So you think about it, since the advent of smartphones, the software on these devices have treated us all the same. So we believe in a future where each person gets their own personal OS. All that is now possible with the help of AI. So we want to flip the traditional model on its head, where one developer or one team makes a software or makes an app for a lot of people, to something highly personalized where each individual can customize the software to their needs and build it for themselves. And the second idea we have is around open source culture. Today, people are still very protective of their code. If I make something, I don't want to share with other people. Whereas I think in the future, we should encourage sharing and forking, meaning I can build something that I really like, I'll upload it, and if you like it, but you just want to tweak it a little bit, that should also be possible for you. And our last idea is around the notion that something that's ugly to one person might be beautiful to another person. Right now, these software or these systems, they're made like a one-size-fits-all solution, whereas in the future, they'll be hyper-personalized. This is the new era that we believe in, a highly personal, predictive, and adaptive operating system. Between 5 years to 10 years, we believe that every smartphone will work this way, and we're super keen to define this direction for the industry.
I feel like this idea about users kind of defining and building their own OS is super interesting. So can you go into that a bit more?
This is a big vision. We made this tool called Appscreator. It currently works on your browser. You just log in. It's intuitive, it's fast, it's open. And what this system does is it allows you to just describe what you want. You don't have to know how to code, and it just appears on your device. Think of it as a design lab for creating Nothing OS style tools for yourself.
This sounds really cool, but how much detail does a user need to kind of give the service for it to give them a decent result?
It's actually very simple. You just tell the tool what you want, and it could be anything. It could be a daily reminder, it could be a quick launcher, it could be a mini game, and it just builds it for you. So as an example for me personally, I have to manage a lot of different time zones and I travel a lot. So I could say, hey, I want an app that checks my calendar and my current time zone and gives me the best meeting times for a meeting between somebody in Japan, somebody in the UK, and somebody in the US. All the complexity is hidden, so you don't have to know how to code, you don't have to know how it works. But if you want to, you can also open it up to see the code that AI has generated for you and make tweaks if you're a power user.
So once a user has created and refined an app that they're happy with, how do they go from that desktop experience to getting it on their phone?
Once you're done, you just click deploy, and it shows up on the home screen of your Nothing phone. And you can also swipe to your widget drawer and find a new pane for essential apps. And there you can see everything you've deployed, be it your own creations or stuff that other people have made.
Carl, I love this. Really excited to see what our users start creating. How do you see Appscreator evolving over time?
So what we're launching today is the beginning of something very exciting. Over time, we'll add more APIs and more system integrations so that your creations can do way more. And we'll also open up new features. For instance, voice and music generation, if you want your essential app to be able to do some of that. I think the most exciting part for me is when we finally connect it to agents so that it can actually help you also get things done.
I feel like the origin of Essential Apps was about them being super personal to each user, but are we going to be doing anything in terms of like elevating the best creations so that more people can discover them?
Yeah, 100%. You know, ever since the beginning, we've been really proud of our community. There's a lot of really creative people there making all sorts of things, right? So we're also launching Playground. After you made something that you're really proud of, you can also upload it onto the platform for other people to browse, download, try it, and even remix it so they make it more of their own.
I think this is probably the first time we've actually mentioned Playground, so maybe you can give us the lowdown on what this platform's all about.
We see immense talent and creativity in our community, and we wanted to create the Playground as a place where everybody could upload and share their creativity. So it's going to have things like, camera presets, so you can style the camera the way you want, EQ presets, glyph toys for the glyph matrix, but most importantly, essential apps, the stuff we're launching today. Like if you create something cool, you can upload it for other people to download, or you can just log in to see all the great creations that other people have come up with.
Carl, this is all sounding really exciting. Where do the people need to go to experience the Playground?
It's available right now. You just go onto your web browser and go to playground.nothing.tech.
Whilst we have you, have you got any updates for us on Essential Space and search?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe let's take a step back first and talk about why we created Essential Space. We wanted to create a place for you to capture things that matter to you. It could be things you want to remember or things you feel inspired by and that you want to reference later. Over time, we've shipped updates and made it more capable. And right now we have about 35% weekly active users. So what we're doing now is we're actually launching something called Memory. So now Essential Space is going to take what you capture and start generating memories for you. We also launched this feature in July called Essential Search. And our insight was it's really hard to get information. Like now, if you want some information, you have to go to your web browser, open a search engine, click a bunch of links, and you might find what you're looking for. Whereas we believe it can be way more seamless. It should be system level, OS native. Just swipe up and type your query and you get the answer. With Memory, now you get personalized results based on the system's understanding of you. For example, say a couple of weeks ago, you saved a gift idea for your dad. Now you can ask Search for a potential gift, and you'll be presented with multiple ideas along those lines. And this is how, from a system level, nothing begins to become more personal for you. We think it's really important that we give our users full control of the information. So now you can also go to your settings on Essential Space and use the memory manager to see what we have access to and what you want to delete individually, or you can also just turn this feature off if it's not something for you.
So it sounds like for now, Memory is going to pull data exclusively from Essential Space, but is there scope in the future for it to pull from other sources as well?
It's going to become more powerful and useful over time, but we really have to be careful about how we roll this out because we have to do it correctly and transparently since we're dealing with people's personal data here. You know, something I've thought of recently is that launching software and hardware is actually quite different. You know, when we make a hardware product, we imagine a product, we make it, we ship it, and it's done, right? But software is ever evolving. We launch it, but then we keep shipping updates and it changes really quickly compared to the cadence of hardware. So for those of you who are excited about Essential and where it's going in the future, please follow us on X at the Essential handle and be updated on all the latest developments happening over there.
All right, Carl, plenty to digest from today's announcement. How do you want to wrap this episode up?
Yeah, it's a really important announcement for us. I see it as our first step into our future of creating a new type of operating system. And if you think about the Essential apps, right, today you imagine something and you have to create it for yourself. In the future, as the system gets to know you and your preferences better, it can start proactively suggesting. And then even further in the future, the system will have even more context over your preferences and know you a lot better. It can start proactively placing things based on your current context. So over time, the system is going to evolve from something very rigid to something way more generated. So we're very excited about this.
Carl, it's been a pleasure. I think we've got some exciting days ahead of us seeing what people make of our vision and the new software experiences.
Yeah, 100%. I can't wait to see what the community creates.
All right, to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out playground.nothing.tech. And until next time, see you around.